Good morning. This video is to show you how to get started with your figure drawing and how to format your figure to your composition for your piece. As you know, my drawing is large and on watercolor paper, even though it's charcoal. I said yesterday that I like to work on watercolor paper for charcoal because it's smooth and it's thick and it can take a beating, and it gives me the option of toning it with tea after to get like a nice look that kind of looks like this. Well, here's one of my sketchbooks that already has a mid-tone on it. It's not a requirement to have a mid-tone in the background of your paper, but I really like that because I like to have the option of adding white. If you're working in pencil, you can add white colored pencil. I like adding white charcoal to some areas that I really want to have pop. But let me show you how to format. You know what my final work in progress is looking like so far, but some of you are working in a sketchbook. First of all, what you want to do is look at your thumbnail sketch, and your thumbnail sketch, you're going to want to recreate your composition here on your page in the same proportions as your thumbnail sketch. So that could mean measuring and doubling, tripling, or quadrupling your measurements. You always want to go bigger. And I wouldn't keep it to size. The largest you want to work is 18 by 24. The reason I say that is because this year, a portfolio that we haven't talked about yet, Selected Works, 5 pieces, get physically mailed in to the College Board, just like they did 2 years ago. So I'm not thrilled that they're going back to that process, because that means that the 5 best pieces in your portfolio, the most inventive pieces, May 8th or 6th, whatever the test day is, we have to mail them in. And then we get them back in July. So they will come back, they don't lose them. But anyway, the maximum size to fit in the envelope for any of those pieces is 18 by 24. So unless you're working on a stretch canvas, and it's larger than that, anything on paper, the largest size I want you to work is 18 by 24. So here we go. Say that I wanted Rain and her horse to fit in just, say, right here in this space, instead of what I have on my final paper that you've seen, which is this big, because I have her taking up the whole thing. Say I wanted it smaller, over to the side here, or over to the side here. I'm gonna have, because her and the horse are both facing to the right of the page, I'm gonna put them here. What do you do? Well, I have all my supplies. I have this great eraser. The Black Fastest erasers are my favorite. They work for everything. And I've got graphite stick, charcoal, compressed charcoal, and 2 sticks of vine charcoal, because if I drop one, it's gonna break in a million pieces and I like working long. The last thing that I need is some type of straight edge. I am using the right side of this ruler to visually measure height times width. Now, if I wasn't making a video, I would be sitting straight in front. This is how the way you should sit. or stand at an angle and right at an angle that is right in front of your final drawing. So I'm going to measure height times width, but I'm standing over here so you can see what I'm doing. Height times width of the whole thing, from the front of that nose to the back leg, which is the furthest part. And I'm seeing this is the width and this is the height. So if I wanted this here, say I wanted her here, I would decide how tall I wanted her. I could do this with my charcoal pencil, or I could do it in graphite. I want to make sure that you see it good. Now, if this is how big on the whole page I want her, including the horse, this whole thing. Now, if you have a figure on a table, you don't want to include the table. I'm drawing her and the horse as one unit, meaning I'm drawing it as if it's one figure, okay? Because if you notice that it's tilted, it's supposed to be tilted. Because in riding, she's turning the horse. She has to look in the direction that the horse is going. The horse is looking in the direction that he's going. And so they're working together. That's what's kind of special about riding. And here is the width. Now I'm drawing that figure within this rectangle. Everything in here goes. So then if I'm working this small, I probably want to, instead of a stick, I don't work small. Instead of a stick, I probably want to grab a regular pencil and then get all of the angles in from there. Okay? I want to see you get your whole composition drawn out. That means just measurements, outlining, no shading. Don't worry about the shading. We're going to spend our whole week shading this thing. Get your gesture. Once you have this down, okay, you can erase the interior. And look at those erasure marks. Check this out. I have enough of these for everybody at the school. Just like that. Done. No smearing or smudging. You gotta love it. Okay. And then I can't draw sitting over the side like this. It's not good. You want to also make sure that this is angled. It needs to be angled. If you don't have, this is my ceramic studio and this is a slab roller. So I have a nice drawing surface here. If you don't have this, then what you want to do is sit a little higher than me and, you know, angle like this and then draw, okay? So either way, I want you to work as far as you can this weekend, but minimally, please get the whole figure on there. And I can't wait to see what you do. So I can only give you feedback if I can see what you do. And can't wait to see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.